Looks like Wreck Gar had to shave for an interview.
Transformers battle cry, robots in disguise, Autobots fighting on crushing Decepticons.
Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Ghost Prime, and this is Generation 1 Wreck Gar. He first appeared in 1986 in The Transformers the movie, and he came from the planet Junk. He's the leader of the Junkions. Not exactly an Autobot, but he did join the Autobot cause later on in Season 3. In the movie, he was voiced by Eric Idle, which is a very famous actor. If you don't know who that is, go watch the Monty Python. And if you haven't seen the Transformers 86 movie, go watch that. You shouldn't be watching this video. If you haven't at least seen some Monty Python and the 1986 movie, you need to go see those. So being part of the newer cast of toys, he was originally designed by Floro Dairy as a character first, and then that was made into the toy. It's not the other way around like the earlier Transformers. He did go through Season 3 and then into the Japanese continuity as well, and he was very prominent in the Generation 1 comic books. So he's a fan favorite character, and we've seen a few different versions of him, even in modern ones. The newest Studio Series one, which I have a video of you should watch, is a very cool figure. I just wish in the 1980s that we actually got more Junkions, because I would have loved to troop build these if my parents would have bought them for me. But anyway, I'm going to try to make this one quick. It is a Generation 1 after all, so please like and subscribe. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here is Wreck Gar as he comes in alt mode, and here is his box. He did have two different box variations, one with the poster and one without the poster inside. I don't know which one this one was. I don't have that. I believe this was the first one since it's made in Japan and not Malaysia like the later ones. He does come with his blaster here, and I love the way this thing looks. This thing just looks beautiful. I dig this gun. It's one of my favorite Generation 1 guns. And he has like an axe, which I kind of wish this spin, because it looks like the spokes of the tires, which I'll get into later. And here is the bike mode. And I love the sticker detail on him. Really nice stickers. I mean, these are destroyed, right? Because they're so old. But they are really nice looking stickers. This was originally supposed to be blue. This has been in the sun, apparently, and yellowed quite a bit. So now it's green. But he has rubber tires, wheel spins, the front and the back. He has a rub sign here, which I'm not sure if this one works. My hands are very cold right now, so I'd have to make that.
Sexual innuendo, not
rub
intentional.
Rub it. Yeah, you can see it kind of work there. So cool, that still works. And I dig him as a bike. Not a lot of places for weapon storage, though, but Generation wasn't known for that. So what I did, as a kid, I stuck his gun in here so he could hold his gun and shoot with it. I think that looks kind of cool. And this was sort of like an axe, so he could take out the tires of other vehicles as he rides. Really, really cool. And speaking of as he rides, I wish that there was a figure to ride him. I even as a kid, I would love to have seen these as troop builders and been them able to ride each other. That's something they did with the not legacy line, the Studio Series line recently, which I really like. It's a very success. But I really like that's a feature, and it's something I really always wanted to do with this, because I like the way it looks in this mode. So here he is with Generation 1 Hot Rod. As you can see, they are not at all on scale. He's a very large motorcycle for Generation 1. Or Hot Rod's a very small car. They don't scale at all well together. And there he is with a modern Transformer in the red Sunstreaker. Transformation on him as a Generation 1 toy is not at all difficult. But it does require the removal of his front wheel. And then you take his legs, move them down. What we're going to do is we're going to keep this, or move this leg out and then down. Keep this one up like this. Move this like this. And then we could take the whole tire, move that around. I should have actually shown you this first. These go like that. And then we move his whole leg down. This piece is a little bit of at least on mine, and it was like that on my original one when I was a kid. You have to take this. It's easier for me to do it this way, and then you got to move it up, and then kind of like that, kind of wiggle it around. It's like that, and then I move that back up. I just get better leverage if I hold that down. That's personally on mine. I don't know if yours is like that, but that's how both of mine have ever been, like my original one and this one. Now then I'll move that back down, take this part like this, and well, if you can't get your finger in it, there, reveal the head. There we have Cup in his robot mode, and let's look at that face sculpt. There it is. It's a little scratched up. This is an old toy. The one thing about his face that I always wished he had was the goatee, like in the cartoon. He just doesn't quite look like Wreck Gar in here. I really wish he had that. When I was a kid, I actually drew one on mine. We're moving down, huge part of the chrome chest. He's got his nipple rockets right there. His arms are on ball joints, which is unusual for the time. I think it might have been one of the first with ball joints. But he has a pretty good range of motion in his arms, elbows, wrists, and going down to his legs, all that sticker detail that shows up. I like how the bags still are bags for his belt, which is really cool. You got his his wheel mounted on his leg on one side, so he's got asymmetry to him. It's really cool. And his feet down there, and he can hold his weapons. Now he can hold his tire, of course, but usually just what I'll do is I'll take his axe, since this here looks like that, put that like that, and then I'll have him hold it. It might look weird to some people, but that's the way I've always done it, or maybe I'll just do it like that. And as for his gun, we know where that goes, like that. And that's pretty much him. He doesn't really have much articulation, like I showed you with the arms. His legs, due to transformation, could go out to that. He doesn't have any knees. He has backwards knees, and that's really all. He is a Generation 1 toy, and that's really what you get with him. But overall, it's a pretty clean robot mode. And he's quite tall. So there he is with the Studio Series version of Wreck Gar, the most recent one. And he actually is taller than him. And you can see him towering over both Hot Rod and Cup. He is, of course, nowhere near as tall as Ultra Magnus. So I'll go over some collector notes in my conclusion. So Wreck Gar is an absolute must for any Generation 1 collection. You just need to have them in your collection. Maybe a couple of them so you can have one as the motorcycle in the display. Look really cool. Couple of collector notes to look out for. Yellowing, especially with this part. The rest of them doesn't yellow too much. Mainly this becomes green like on mine. Sticker wear. The arms are ball joints, so super loose joints. This is incredibly common on it. Chipping with this metal part on the chest. Cracked tires. Those sorts of things. The base block can be found relatively cheap. Complete is a little bit more expensive, so you might want to piece them together if you don't have the funds for one. But I do think that he belongs in any Generation 1 collection. Let me know what you think of Wreck Gar here, and I'll see you in the next review.